Hey, aloha everybody. Welcome to Beachwalks with Rocks. Today is show number 127, and you can find us at beachwalks.tv. She just makes friends everywhere she goes. It's really cute to see her in the parking lot because she just checks everyone out and goes over and gives everyone a big kiss. And she's definitely on, I don't know, hundreds of video cameras and picture shots from tourists who visit Kailua. So she does a great job being a Hawaii ambassador. And I'd like to thank everybody for all the lovely comments I got about my sick day. I was wondering if I'd have one of those and how I would handle it. Lexi kept telling me, whispering, but just go to the beach. You'll feel better if you go for a swim. Unfortunately, and rarely, thank goodness for me, I didn't feel like moving. I don't really even remember yesterday. So fortunately it was that 24-hour flu and laid me flat, but I bounced right back up, and I'm sure no doubt to the good wishes of each of you. So mahalo nui loa for that. You know, doing this show, I've mentioned a couple of times, it's completely unscripted. Although I try to have a topic and I try to bridge the gap between different points of view. And of course, embodied in that is spreading this notion of aloha. And so I wanted to correct a couple of things that sometimes get blathered out of my mouth. And one of the things was, you know, I talked about my early childhood, my family being poor. And actually, you know, poor is one of those loaded words. It means different things to different people. And so, ooh, you guys don't want to lose that now, do you? Over here, Lex. Anyway, I realized that there's this phrase that, you know, where poor and destitute are often used together, and really those two words have two completely different meanings. So I went to the dictionary, which I like to do. So I like to clear up discrepancies in the language. And destitute means without the basic necessities of life. And I certainly don't want to imply that we were that way. We just were 5 people living in a small 2-bedroom apartment. But nonetheless, I was reminded that it was a very modern apartment. And that apartments and housing at that time, right after World War II, were not that easy to come by. So we were actually really very lucky. So record has been corrected, I hope. And I invite any of you, really, you know, that's one of the things I love, getting the comments. I invite any of you who want to challenge what I have to say, mention an alternate point of view. That's so much of what Beachwalks is about. It's having a conversation, having a dialogue, being able to share different points of view. Because I think that's where the juice of life is, and I really love that. I think if we use language more clearly, we'd have fewer arguments. You know, it's so easy to get into these email wars because you send something off, and as you're typing it, you have this whole feeling of sadness, happiness, comedy, whatever it may be. But the words don't always communicate that. It's one of the reasons I love video blogging, because it's much easier to get the full measure of the message live and in person. So, oh, I hear the conch. Just a second. Just a second. I've always got the conch with me.
Rocks, Steve Gandy from Dallas, Texas. Called in on show number 60, singing your praises about how much I love your show and everything. And oddly enough, I've been on the Big Island on vacation for a while, and I'm back in Dallas, Texas, and I'm catching up on my episodes, and I just wanted to call in on 2 episodes. The one on Memorial Day was absolute greatness. That was a great episode. You did such a wonderful job. And then last night, I watched the one where the 2 hounds were chasing each other in the backyard to the square dance music. I've never laughed so hard in my life. That was just absolute wonderful. I'll save that episode. I'm going to keep watching that because it's just greatness. So, again, I wanted to call in and just tell you how much myself, and I'm sure everybody else that watches the show, appreciates all your hard work. And, again, the show on Memorial Day was just really good. All right, thank you.
Steve, that was fantastic. Thank you so much for your call. Lexi and I really appreciate it. As does Brent Dog. It's too funny, when Brent and Lexi first met, you know, Brent was, to my opinion, a little bit rough on her on the beach, but boy, at his own home, he's just a little angel. So they have a date Saturday night, in fact. They're getting together again. So thanks, everybody. If you'd like to Skype, do so at Roxanne Darling. If you'd like to call, it's 949-544-1456, and that's either of those the direct line to the conch line. Talk to you soon. Aloha. Ooh, very important. I'd like to extend special and belated birthday greetings to Secret Cameraman's dad. Richard, you're a great fan. Thanks so much, and look forward to seeing you in Hawaii soon.